What's up, y'all? Corey here at the MARZ Project again, here in our new and improved set. And tonight, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a beat out of only samples from video games, and not music samples. Jay and I were just chatting and reminiscing about our playing of Zelda in our childhood, and I remembered that I have this giant folder of samples, several giant folders of samples actually from various Zelda games, and so I'm gonna make a track using entirely samples, and maybe we'll learn a little bit about how to transform sounds along the way. This is gonna be real freeform. So I'm just gonna jump in and start making some noise. So when I'm starting a track, like I gotta figure out like what's the seed of the idea, you know? So I'm gonna let these samples do the talking, and I'm gonna go digging for some interesting stuff. So there's a really amazing web resource, which I think any of you who know how to use Google can probably figure out, where an enterprising person has put all of these sounds that they've pulled out of the Zelda games online. So yeah, I'm just gonna poke through some of these and just see if any of these sounds seem interesting to me. So let's see if there's any of these Wind Waker sounds are cool. So. Ooh. So like, I'm thinking like, very broadly, you know, I'm thinking like, is this a drum or is this like an instrument? Those are like the same pitch, so that's kind of fun. I'm gonna file that away as like, that could be like an instrument. Maybe let's pull out a drum rack so I can like start like chucking anything that feels like a drum somewhere. Those could make something kind of fun and tonal. There's like so much of a tone, like, you know, like. You know, it's got kind of that sort of thing going on. Like the inharmonic nature of that like metal sample makes it like not necessarily great for that, but maybe this wood one is better. Ooh, I really like that. That's great. Neat. Okay. Not to get too hung up on like any one little sound here. Perfect. Little like sort of hissy sounds like I like. Ooh. Got some snap to it. It's kind of like arrow pulling. It's shooting sound. I'm just a sucker for these kind of like swinging kind of sounds in a beat. If you'll ever listen to like artists like Flume, like there's all sorts of stuff like that in his beats in the background. Oops, double click that, man. Oh man. Oh, that's gorgeous. We're gonna use that. I love this sound because it's kind of got its own like built-in little sort of like delay on there. Sure, I guess this needs to be in classic mode, so then I can pop that release time way up. Yeah. That's exactly what I like. So this sort of thing's really cool when it's baked in. You get this kind of long delay on the low notes and a short delay on the high notes. That's kind of fun. So yeah, I'm just getting instruments together, grabbing sounds. Who knows if these things will make it into the final track or not. Gosh. Oh man, this is fun. I like this a lot. think that's gonna be really difficult to use in any musical way, but maybe I'll start an audio track of just ones that I'm gonna think about later. Like that's got like some sort of there's a tonality to that that's somewhere that could be an interesting thing to chase down as a noise bed. It's the sort of thing where it sounds like it's like a whole scale being played at once or something. So it's kind of hard to get too deep with it. But let's see what else we got. Little simple sounds. Yeah. You know, I've done a lot of stuff with like synths instead of samples in some of these things that I've done so far, and I'm much more inspired sometimes working with like sampled sounds. Like, you know, you can synthesize anything if you can dream it, but like I wouldn't have dreamed of that, and it's here for me. And that's just fun. And, you know, we can get it sounding a lot weirder if we decide we want to too, you know. So I still haven't found anything that's like a kick or a snare yet, so we might be having to manufacture those, but oh boy. Okay, something that I was curious about is like, can I like route that back and record that? I was trying to figure out if there was like a way to like send the cue output back in to the master. Because this like doesn't get picked up by resampling, I'm pretty sure. We can prove that real quick, right? Oh, that's gonna get resampled too, huh? We're gonna record though, like. Yeah, it doesn't make it through. Can I like route it out to something else? Console doesn't work. No, I probably can't. Dang. I always want to like record that sound. There's ways with like third-party software to like route the audio out of Ableton and then back in like through another thing. Like I don't want to bore you watching me try to set that up though. So we're gonna forget that. So still nothing sounds like a kick or snare to me. There it is though. Heck yeah. Neat. Okay. That, I don't know what that's gonna be. It really, so this sounds like a Lindrum snare. Some more swooshes. Oops. Rope swing sound. Battle strikes. Wow. Oh yeah. You guys remember this game? Kind of fun. Stacking sounds. Okay, so I've got a pretty full drum kit here. If we could play it. But I don't really have anything that sounds like drums so much yet. So let's see if I can find some other Zelda sounds that might work. I'm just gonna fill up this rack. Here I am, some Ocarina of Time sounds. That feels pretty cool. We'll make that slap. That feels kind of cool. Hook shot. And then, okay, we're gonna just manufacture a kick because I'm sick of looking for a kick. Oh, that's such a good sound though. Sick of looking for a kick, but I still am finding sounds I like. A little wet swipe sword. Cool. Let's pick a random super weird sound to make a kick out of. Yeah, okay, we're gonna turn Nipona's neigh into a kick drum. Because that's, I'm just gonna pick the most simple thing. Oh hey, I've been ignoring the chat. Hey there, baby boy. Bomb drop as a kick. I think that's a great idea. Let's do that. Oh, check that out. Snap. There's a snare for me. And then, okay, bomb drop. Yeah, cool. We'll do that. I don't know. I don't think this is one you're talking about, but I think it's going to work just fine. So I'm going to get it on the grid here and do a little sound design. So this thing's got a little badump, kind of like a flamming thing going on. So I'm thinking maybe I'm going to see what happens if we crop it past that. All right, that feels a little funky. So I want to give it some more thump. So we can try repitching it and see if that does anything for us. Meh. All right, let's see about throwing this guy in a simpler. Sometimes it can sound cool to use the pitch envelope on a simpler over here. I don't think it's gonna, not gonna work on here. Okay, we're gonna try a different tact. Let's grab the drum bus. I should probably put it on the right track. That would be good. Screen's a little small here because it's cropped for displaying in widescreen. So with the drum bus, you can do a lot of weird things to it. One thing you can do is filter highs. Kind of helps. You might want to kind of make this more of a sharp thing. It feels more like an attack. And then we can add sub with the boom parameter here. We probably want to drop that to K. And then we can tune it. I like how G's kind of got a nice weight to it. See about adding some compression or anything. I'll check this channel EQ after it and drop those highs out. Pump the lows up. Ooh, interesting. Cool, it's sounding a little kicky already. Maybe that's a little extreme to boost those lows, so let's even that out a bit. Sweet. I don't like what crunch does. I don't really like what drive's doing. That's cool. I like jacking things up in front DAW too, so still feeling kind of good, but I think that we could shorten this guy and it might be a little more interesting. Cool. That feels a little better. And then maybe you can play around with cropping it differently too. It's a funny little sample. So you can. Oh yeah. So what I was thinking here was aiming for the spot where there's you can see the waveform just gets a little busier here. That means that it's more high frequency content right there. So we're getting before it kind of had this sort of slop with this low sound. But here it kind of smacks. And the smack is at the beginning. Actually, we're ahead of. Plus have it missing the zero crossing just ever so slightly, so I get that click up the top. Yeah, I like this trick. So cool. Custom kick, I want a little punchier. I really like what it's doing when it's real short like that. So then, you can get extreme with this stuff too. You can always just keep juicing this stuff up. So see if anything in here happens. Probably we're just gonna get more distortion than we care for if we try and add anything else though. Is my suspicion, at least with the tools we have available. If anyone has a favorite trick for adding some kicky kicks to a kick sound, feel free to chat them in. Be curious to know what y'all like to do here. Let's see, other options could be you could try adding some frequency content with a frequency shifter or something like that. That's probably gonna be pretty weird. Oh, what's that like? Where's that corpus preset that people talk about, huh? Kick tight? Ooh, baby. Okay, yeah. So this is why it pays to lurk around on like weird audio forums, because you're gonna grab some weird tricks. So this is a corpus preset. I don't ever really mess around with the corpus as an effect. So corpus, I don't even explain what corpus does. Corpus is like a resonator effect. So it's basically like simulating like a membrane. So like in this context here, like it's as if this kick is exciting like the drum head of a kick drum, and so boom, kick tight like turns anything into a sort of kick drum. So oh yeah, that's what I was hoping for. So perfect. So we're going to create another audio track and resample this guy, and then we'll have a sweet kick made from the bomb drop. Oh yeah, see, like check out that like content is just like way different. It's all that thump. I'm just curious like what the waveform looks like when we turn kick tight off, and like how much of that effect is coming from kick tight. So let's just pop that sucker off and resample again. Mute this thing so it doesn't make it in there. Interesting, yeah. So it's definitely like adding like kind of more like a sinusoidal resonance to it. Interesting. So cool. Just for fun, I was like thinking about turning this other thing into a kick too. Like, now we've done all this processing, what does this weird thing sound like now? Okay. Can we do anything with that? I'm all about recycling, using every part of the sample, you know? Let's see, unwarp it so I can repitch it. Yeah, like a bass sort of thing, totally. I'm not sure if that's gonna fit into like whatever comes along after this, but I might leave this track up just because it was kind of a interesting processing experiment. Yeah, it's just so like atonal that it's like a challenge, huh? Turn into a, here, I'm gonna turn into a like a little clicky hi-hat, I guess, because that's using every part of the sample. So let's record that. Cool. It's got a bunch of weird low end in it. We got to do a lot of work on these drums because these drums are gonna have all kinds of problems. Because these aren't drum samples, and you know, so if y'all are using like samples from like a drum sample pack, you're probably walking out and getting stuff that's like pretty neat and tidy already. Like generally, folks are making stuff where it's like pretty easy to navigate. Like the samples are trimmed appropriately. They're high pass if they need it. All that kind of good stuff. I'm gonna throw both versions of this kick in here just for fun. So we might need to do a little bit of that. But let's see, what do we have here? What do we even have in this kit? Is it cool? Oh man, yeah, that kick turned out great. So I always like to run my drum rack through another instance of that drum bus effect. It really is like one of my favorite things that came in Live 10. This stream is a weekly stream. We do this every Thursday at 5 now, and if enough people start watching, we'll do it an extra time too. It's been a random theme every time. I'm just here hanging out, trying to end up with some music by the end of this thing, and remember how the push works. Whoa! Okay, that's that. That's that hook shot sample. It's a bit much for me, jeez. Kind of a machine gun thing. It's kind of fun. Neat. That's what I was looking for though, this guy. Yeah. So I want to clear some space on my push. Oh, I got some... I'm all snared up over here. That's a little like much at the end. I got 2 of these. Okay, I'm gonna turn one of these into a hi-hat because I got 2. It's almost more like a rim shot there. That's kind of neat. Okay, I still don't know what I'm making, so. Making something. We were listening to like some random music before this. I was listening to like a bunch of like Fortet and was thinking about maybe trying to make something a little dancey tonight. But I think I'm just gonna continue to see if any of these sounds inspire me to go in any particular direction. Oh yeah, I dropped a bunch of one shots in here, and like we gotta prepare those real quick. It's a little tedious. I hate this. Like, if y'all have ever used like GarageBand on like iOS, the sampler when you use it, if you like record a sound, it automatically pitches it to the right note, so that when you play like a note on your keyboard, it like actually spits out the correct pitch. It's very like intelligent like that. Like Ableton doesn't have that feature. It kind of is maddening. So like, I dropped this one shot into this thing, but I don't know what notes I'm actually playing. So I gotta use the tuner effect to tune it. So I'll play a C note on push, but you can see on my tuner that a G note is coming out. That means this sample's tuned to G, which means I need to transpose it until we're at the correct pitch. So that's 5 semitones up. And so now my C notes play C. So that's working great. Put it in classic mode and turn the release all the way up, and then we can. And push makes it so easy. Almost too easy. Let's see. Slap this thing through some of that little plate that I love so much. It's got a C though. Well, let's not pick a key. Let's find some sample that makes us want to do something. What was that weird thing I found earlier? So like that's like in a key. It's such a weird whack sound. It really sounds to me like it's like a cluster chord kind of a thing. Like that's I don't know. Reminds me of like interludes on if you guys ever listened to Merriweather Post Pavilion, that like really popular Animal Collective record from back in the aughts. Reminds me of some of the interlude stuff from that. But it's definitely like there's a chord in there somewhere. If we can tease it out. So now I got this nice. So I'm just gonna like bop some notes until I find a tonality that fits with it. It kind of like feels like kind of F-y to me, like. Like that note sounds sour. That one doesn't. Kind of sounds like cool. So that scale that it led me to play is F Dorian. Like so that's the second mode of. Yeah, absolutely Merriweather. Yeah, totally. So it's leading me to this kind of like F Dorian. So that's like the second mode of G major. So this thing would work then for G major too. I don't see why not. Let me see if I can find that though. But it really feels like F, like C minor, F Dorian. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Let's we're gonna do that. We're gonna let this thing be our guide. This is our track buddy here. I guess I should make a note here while I'm doing this. I'm using samples from a video game. If you're commercially releasing tracks, this isn't necessarily a great idea. You want to be careful to like obscure these samples if you're going to do that. Although probably a better practice is to just like not, because sampling anything opens you up to litigation. And if you don't clear your samples, and I know Nintendo is notorious for not liking to do that. So I will not be putting this on the old Spotify, but that's okay. I'm gonna have a good time. You can totally do whatever you want, like at home, and like make whatever cool music you're inspired to make. But there are just like weird legal rules around releasing stuff that uses other people's content. So I'm gonna ignore those and just make some fun music. Oh, some samples on the grid there. Oops. Whoa. Whoa, Nelly. Hit the wrong button. So, in the spirit of that Merriweather thing, maybe we'll like let this be an intro, and we'll like bring in something else. I agree. I do think it's unfortunate that that situation. Most artists, I think, find ways around it. Though you can just get samples cleared. So like a lot of like if you listen to records that have lots of sampling, like they've gotten permission, and it's totally a thing you can do. It's just as a small underground artist, it can be hard because oftentimes people want a bunch of money for that stuff or whatever, and it's like I don't know. It's generally good practice to like be discreet if you're gonna do it or not do it at all. Like if I just drop this thing, like this is an unedited raw version of the sample, like that's clearly like a thing. But if I like go through and transform it into something else, like I don't think anyone's coming after me for this sound, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think you'd have to be you have to have some pretty sharp ears to recognize that as like the select sound from the pause menu. But like, again, like here, like I'll show in browser so we can hear the original sound. That's the sound. There's just like a million other ways you could get to this result, it just happens to be really fast. Sort of like, instead of like trying to sculpt this sound on a synth, I just found a sound I liked. Hey, say we want to transform it a little more. Let's add a little pitch wobble to this. Oh, I should probably be editing the right track. Like to have a little little pitch instability is really nice in here in the simpler, like somewhere under 2%, and then with a really slow LFO rate gives you this kind of modulating pitch that's really nice, I don't know where that weird like idea came from. But so I'm not playing along to any like tempo here, but okay. Speaking of Live 10 faster workflow, capture, boom. So I didn't record that, but there it is. Here, exactly what I played. For better or for worse. Kind of like the last repetition of that the best, which was like. Yeah, I'm gonna turn that into something. So capture works best if you're like paying attention to the beat, which I wasn't here. I'm just listening to some sort of randomly looping thing. So you can like this has no relation to any time at all, but I'm gonna force it to, yes, somehow. Why is it being weird? Set 1-1 there. So luckily I played a whole loop here, so I know this is like. This really feels like it's probably supposed to be a 2-bar loop, so I'm just gonna I gotta do this correctly though. I'm gonna select all the notes that I care about, and then we can shrink them down over here. And then just make sure this guy actually plays. So that's a lot faster than when I was playing, but we have the power. I'm gonna unwarp this Wind Waker thing, and then I'm gonna slow it down till we're closer to that tempo I was at before, because I liked that vibe. You can quantize this thing too. All about that like 50% quantization. Yeah, I like that. That's all right. So then I'm gonna rewarp this thing so I can then stretch it out in a loop. And it's cool, it's a slightly irregular length, which I love, which means that it won't repeat the same throughout the whole song. We could even like ham that up a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't sound as good though. Yeah. I like that it's kind of like an awkward length. So let's have that play for a little while. And then we'll bring this part in. So, okay, all right, I got an idea. I want to like, this is kind of setting up for this like sort of F minor sound, you know? It's kind of like messy, sort of F Dorian. Remember we were talking about like a bass stab or something earlier? I want some bass sound to come in. I'm thinking like some sort of like Reese kind of thing. And like I want it to kind of subvert the tonality that I've got going on right now. So did I find anything that's like, where did that guy go? This was like, we were gonna like do something weird and bassy with this. We might have to get pretty extreme to turn this sample into what I want. But let's see what we can do. Let's put it in the old simpler. Wow. That is just so bizarre. I almost just want to use that. That was just real weird. We're gonna leave that in there. I'm gonna resample it though, just because I probably won't do much with that track again. Cool, so we got this kind of weird thing going on now. Let's do this to it too. So like, yeah, when it plays, get this. Okay, I don't know where this is going. Some of these ideas might get canned before too long, but we'll find out. Okay, let's go digging for something that's gonna make us a good little Reese. Yeah. Man, I it's so fun listening to these because it like just takes me right back to I just like can picture it. It's I like this sound, but it's got this like the pitch rising is gonna make it really hard to like get it to settle anywhere. Like we could try looping a piece of it though, I guess. See if that works. So I'll turn looping on here. Sometimes it's easier to do on the push. This is like one of the few things that I find actually faster to do over here sometimes. So I can get the It's not really working out. I mean, it might make a really gross bass. But I want, that's not for me. Interesting. Stereo and mono versions of that for some reason. Let's see if we can get something out of that. Okay, we're in business now. I guess I gotta transpose this thing. So I'm at the bottom of the range of the push. Transpose it really far because this is. Ah, yeah! So I'm gonna feed this through the big fat Moog filter here. Never fails to impress. Fun. Let's tune this guy. So, always gotta tune. So I'm playing a C, I'm getting an E, so. Yeah. Nice custom bass. So let's do a little more sculpting of the sound, because it's kind of like crusty. You know, it's like kind of like. I'm gonna see about cleaning that up and getting a kind of a cleaner, pure tone out of it. We might have to resample this to get what we want, but oh, I'm not using the filter here. So let's see if we can get away with this. This is gonna kill off that Moog vibe, but I think you can get this filter. I liked it better before. Let's maybe, what I was hoping to do is like use the EQ to like do some like key track stuff, so I could like cut out some of the frequencies from the thing, but like have it follow the note that I'm playing, but that's not really working out. So let's just, so I said we're like somewhere around F, right? Did I change the scale over here? No, I didn't. So here's F. You can see here, there's a lot, like it's just busy in the low mids here. And so like maybe we can carve some space here. Like that's a particularly bad sounding frequency here. So let's like, so as I play higher or lower notes, like this isn't gonna move. And so like it's gonna still, it's really optimized for like a specific frequency range, but we'll try and cut some of these low mids out and like give it some space to be a bass. So, where'd you go, bass? Something like that was kind of interesting. I said I wanted it to be kind of like re-spacey. I still want to do that. Let's see. Didn't I get like a new chorus effect that has a high pass filter? Is this one? Nah, what I was looking for. Is this one? Nope. Could make one, but whatever. Wonder if we're spreading this would do it for me. Cool, so we have like a sort of a basic idea. I wonder if this is starting to feel almost like Boards of Canada-esque or something. Let's... was kind of cool. I'm gonna capture all of that. I enjoyed that. I don't know if anyone else did, but I thought it was kind of neat. There's probably something good in there. I felt like it was a little more inspired towards the beginning. So check it out. When you capture a long section like this, if you turn looping on, you can just slide the loop brace around to hear different parts of it. I don't know if you can see, like on the main timeline up here, it's sort of like shifting around to reveal different parts of my playing here. So like there's some point where I got it together, like around here. Yeah, so like something cool is going on here. Probably want to edit that down a bit. I feel like the second half is like, there's things I like about the second half and things I like about the first half, and maybe I'm gonna like make a hybrid of those two ideas. So let's like make this guy the first half. So the kicks seemed more together like in the first half and like less together in the second. So like what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the kicks from the first and copy it and like paste them over to the second half. Cheap shots over here. Let me do it correctly though. Yeah, something went wrong. What was it? Oh, I know what it was. To crop you. There we go. Copy. Paste. That didn't work. Why didn't that work? What in tarnation is going on? Aha! Accidentally hit another level of undo that I didn't mean to hit. Boom. So in the interest of like getting this like nice and like kind of feeling good on the grid a little better, I'm gonna quantize my snares. That's maybe not doing me any favors though. I think what I'm gonna do, because I like a lot of what's going on, but I also feel like a lot of it is kind of like sloppy, and I want this to work. So I'm going to bring all that stuff over to the first thing. Yeah, cool. And we'll just use that as our groove. So it's nice. It's like an 8-bar loop anyway, so it's like nice and long. And now that we have something happening, I really want to create some more motion in this weird pad kind of thing that we have set up here. So we're gonna sidechain that sucker to the kick. So turn sidechaining on, select our drum rack, our kick drum, pre-effects I like to set the EQ, to set a big fat spike here. Yeah. Maybe there's going to be actually a synth group that's going to get this sidechain instead, and we'll let that apply to that melody as well. That was a little much of that, huh? A little too much bass in that for my taste right now. So I'm gonna get in here into the simpler filter and just roll some of that bass out. It's a smidge loud too. I'm just gonna keep it real lo-fi and loose here. Like that timing's a little sus, but like, whatever. It's a live stream. So I wanna use this sound because this was such a whack sound. I should probably tune this guy. I don't think I did that. Ah, yeah. So sometimes you run into these samples, like this tuner is not like the smartest tuner in the world, so like it's not spitting me out a good value, but we have a way around this. There's a few different ways you can solve this problem. We have 2 instruments queued up though, so we can just like that's the note we're looking for. It's almost, sort of, right? That's kind of fun. I'm just going to record a pass of that. capture that. So like, I don't know if any of that was particularly inspired. I'm gonna quantize the crap out of that though. It's even harder. Quantize it to 8th notes. So there's still too much going on the drums right there. There's like 2 different ideas happening at once. So I'm gonna duplicate this loop and we'll do one the first time and one the second time. So I chose the bottom one there. Oops. Make the opposite choice here. Okay, much better. And now I have a longer drum loop. Oh, I think that's a great idea. Let's do that. Hook shot, hook shot. I think reversed could be pretty cool too. Where did that one go though? Yeah, we don't have any like transitional effects like risers or anything like that in here yet. And so like, why not make it happen? Appreciate the suggestions. It's kind of weird producing into the void here. So thanks for chatting in, baby boy. Oh, it has like a little like whoop at the beginning, which is kind of fun. Neat. Let's just see if it sounds cool to do a pitch thing to it, like, because it's so easy. I would like do a little. We need it in comp. It does that thing. So sometimes if you have it like drop, like do too much of a transposition, it'll like end the sample early. Just gotta make sure it doesn't do that. That suits my fancy real good there. Let's hear that from the top. Bring this transition again over here. Do a little dropout effect. Jay said he likes those. What is this? Oh, this is that sample, huh? I don't know if we do this. A little weird vibe in there. So I like to like sometimes like I'll have a track like this where I have this like sound set up on a track with just like heck of reverb and delay. And you can just like throw anything on there and it sounds cool. So let's like throw, no. Just like throw a couple random samples on the timeline. I almost want to do something with that. Yeah, that worked out too well. I'm having too much fun over here. This is great. So something that I've been working on, like my own tracks, is I've been trying to like not let things get too repetitive and try and bring in more like different ideas more often, you know? So like it's really easy, especially like if you get in the habit like I did of spending a lot of time making rap beats for a while, where it's like you don't want to like compose too much because then you just end up with like something that's stuffed full of ideas and you can't like get a rapper in there or like get a vocal idea anywhere. And so like when you're doing instrumental stuff though, it's like the opposite problem is like more common for me anyways, where it's like you get stuck with some loop and you're like, oh, that loop sounds pretty good. I can vibe to that loop, but like the track doesn't actually go anywhere, you know? Like a lot of these sounds are kind of static, but like seems to fit the style. You know, like again, I'm trying to like keep it short and sweet here and like end up with something that sounds like music. So like, if I was sitting and putting more time into this, I might spend some time doing some more automation. And I also like think like this part's not that interesting. Like it's just it plays the whole time and doesn't like. So I might like do some. So I'm just chopping this thing up kind of randomly, just trying to give it some. So when I'm doing this kind of like timeline chop and stuff, I'm just trying to like add some variation every time. So like I got this. Maybe let's do something weird to this one. We'll pitch this one up. do something weird to this one too. Do that same weird thing again to this one. Complex mode is really important for this thing. Put this in the sidechain group. So I want some new instrument coming in here. Y'all are gonna hate hearing that sound over and over again that long. It's doing some weird there at the end. Oops. You know it does that sometimes. That's not the track I'm trying to play either. Come on. Give me this track. Why did it choose to arm that track? So there's a pretty narrow range where this will sound cool, but I think it will sound pretty cool in that range. Maybe it'd be good if we warp it. Fun. Crank that through the old little plate. Let's tune this sucker too. So this one's like all wiggly wobbly. But looks like it's about 4 steps flat. Oh man, a lot going on in this track now. I'm not convinced I like it all. So I'm just going through and just like chopping out notes I think are not great. Okay, I want chords too. I'm just dying over here for some chords. Let's get a chordal instrument going too. I don't know what the heck is going on. Jay, you holding up all right back there? Jay's doing a great job running the stream. Making it look nice, making it sound nice. Although I'm talking down away from the old boom mic up here. He's probably gonna yell at me later for that. Okay, I want to show you guys like this weird trick that I like to do, like a funny thing that I discovered. I want to see if we can like. That's beautiful. This isn't the trick. But we're getting close to the trick. Sorry about that, because now it's going to get cool. We're going to convert this from simpler to sampler. Because over here in sampler, we have this really weird tool where you can FM your sample. It has this FM oscillator. Pretty wild, huh? The sample might be too noisy to get a useful result out of this, though. Unfortunately. Yeah, maybe a too noisy sample to start with. Let's find something a little simpler, like an actual tone. I'm sticking to my guns here. This is a little cheating, though. Use one of these flutes. Not as exciting. I'm gonna start this process over again because it gets confusing sometimes. So I got this thing says it's tuned to A, so I'm gonna take it for its word and let's just no, I'm not. I changed my mind. Yeah, cool. There it goes. So here, like you'll get the real effect here with the smoother sample. Feels really inharmonic right now, which is interesting. I wonder if I was setting like somewhere like that's different than what I have done to this in the past. It's interesting that this you do kind of weird stuff like that. It's not really getting the results I want though. So again, let's try something different. One thing I like about sampler is that you can modulate the rate of LFO 1, I believe, with LFO 2. One of my favorite little tricks. Let's see, I like a looping. Cool. This is loud as heck, though. What the heck are the chords here? I seem to have set myself up for some real basic 4-5-1 kind of thing in F minor, right? B flat minor, like. Oops, wrong track. Capture that. So yeah, that's just like I tried to like play it differently first couple times. I didn't really settle into an idea until like maybe like halfway through there. Put that in the wrong spot. I kind of actually like what that did. It's like... Let that be the outro. Huh, that turned out kind of cool. Kind of happy about that. What can we do to sort of like make this a little better? Like, there's a lot of interesting frequency information going on in this channel here. We never did anything to this thing that's playing the whole time. Let's check it out real quick. Oh yeah. You'll get a high pass. For this group, you can just, oops, grain delay, probably interesting choice. The glue is a good choice here. Maybe I'll have that all happen before the side chaining though. Well, we stuck to our guns. This is an entire track made with Zelda samples. What do I like about this and what don't I like about this? Let's listen to it. I'm going to critique my own track. I like how it starts here. I don't like how those chords come in at first. Let's do the simplest, most obvious thing to them. And filter them. think I'm just gonna leave that out and just let it like fade like that. So yeah, you know, composing on the fly, it's gonna be hit or miss thing. I'm always trying to like choose the ideas I have and not like get too precious here with like trying to like have the coolest idea or like, you know, like the best track in the world. But yeah, I did what I set out to do. It's pretty cool. Made some weird basses, made some weird sounds. We're lucky that a lot of these samples had like some tonal elements to them. You know, like a lot of these, like we're able to find like stuff that like had nice pitch to it. So I didn't have to like invent pitches out of nowhere. I really like this nasty bass that we got. But cool. What else would I want to do to this? Do I want to do anything else to this? Make sure this thing's here in the instrument group. Do a little wee bit of organizing. You know what? I don't know if I do want to do anything else. I feel like this might be the sort of thing that I could call good. Yeah, maybe this is a good wrapping up point since I hit the 2-minute compositional mark. Feeling pretty good. So cool. Let's just call it right here, right now. Dope. Thanks so much for tuning in. Those of you who did, baby boy, appreciate your comments. Yeah, don't forget you can subscribe to us on Twitch. You can subscribe to us on or follow us on Twitch. Subscribe on YouTube. Whatever the language is. I just sit here and make the sounds. Thanks again to Jay running the stream back there. Really appreciate y'all. We'll be here again Thursday at 5, making more weird music. You know, feel free to shoot us a message. We're on Instagram at MARZ Project, and just holler at us and let us know what kind of stuff you want to see. I'm just making beats because that's what's fun to me. Like, I'm into like having this be as interactive as you want. If we want to have a time, I would love to sit and like answer questions for people if you have any like or like demo techniques that people are curious about. I'm not an expert on everything, but I know some stuff and happy to share whatever I know with you if you're curious. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time. Have a good one.